Good morning from Punta Cana. I thought I would take a minute and do a get ready with me. And I got to tell you guys that glorious Cap Cana Resort in Dominican Republic. And I got here because of something called the Unlimited Vacation Club. I think many of us don't get away enough. I committed a couple years ago that I needed to get off the grid with as hard as I'm working with the launch of Genuist and everything else. It's been ridiculously hard to take time away. Those of you with kids, I know it's very hard to get away. And this is an all-inclusive 5-star resort. I tried to find a place that was 3 hours away from Atlanta, like in this radius. I've also been to the Cancun resorts as well. What I have found is that Cancun is still a little rough to try to get to. Here, it is literally 15 minutes from the airport. Because I am this lovely little vacation club member, which those of you who I've told can share my benefits, this is how gorgeous this is. With our very own swim out pool. This is the resort down here. And I watched the most beautiful sunrise come out this morning. These are our neighbors. And there's huge giant pools and activities, just so many amazing things to do here. 24-hour room service. I don't know how many restaurants we've eaten so well. And because I'm this preferred status thing, which is very cool, there's mini bars and all kinds of things to take advantage of. I just wanted to share about that. If you are interested, I can send people to use my benefits. I know I've talked to many of you about this vacation club. You should take advantage of it. Message me. I'm going to have a lot more information. I decided to level up my membership, but I have been threatening to kick you guys out to take advantage of these perks that I have. So please do. Okay, so I thought while I was here, I would take you through some of the things that I do when I'm on vacation that are amazing for your skin. I also had a spa day yesterday. They have a spa here that has this special hydrotherapy where you hot and cold plunge and multi-sensory showers, and it takes you through this progression. I have a little bit of a video of it that I'll be sharing later today. And I got a body wrap and I was in total green sea algae, which was amazing. And my massage therapist was outstanding. And my skin is just glowing. So the first thing I'm doing is trying a Beekman 182 toner, which is some squalene oil in it. I'm going to spray some of this in my hand and rub it into my skin. This has been a savior. I've definitely been out into the sun and have been partaking in trying to keep my skin as healthy as possible. And while I'm letting that just kind of sit in, it's just a wonderful toner that has a little bit of oil in it. If you didn't know that about me, I'm a little bit of a toner. Like, I love toner. I think it's an incredible, I think I have probably 15 different kinds of toner. Next, I would not go anywhere, do anything without our Revival Brow. This Revival Brow is a game changer. You can see how coarse these babies are. When I talk about your brows getting dry, I am not kidding. I have slathered on more of the night treatment. I never leave home without it. The next thing I'm going to do is add some of the Organic Spa eye cream. So I'm taking about a pearl size, pea size. The reason why this has avocado oil, and I'm very dry. I'm also going to be putting on smooth canvas. The staff here has been unbelievable. I even have a butler, and his name is Miguel. Miguel rocks. All right, so I'm just massaging that in. I love eye cream. You can see I'm kind of going in towards the corner of my nose and going everywhere around my nose. Today, and really every day, but especially today, I'm using my Kula Mineral Face Sunscreen. This one has got a tint to it, and I really love this. It has a matte tint, and this is just a wonderful product for just being at the beach and just wanting, not going to use any like real foundation. I'm going to show you my little hacks for awesomeness at the pool. We've been going back and forth between the two. It's a little windy down at the beach, but I got up this morning for sunrise. I actually got up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Finally at about 4, I got up and saw the stars. I saw the Little Dipper and some planets, and the sky turned to this inky rosy color. I'm going to share those pictures. Absolutely incredible. All right, so while that's just kind of sitting there for a minute and soaking in, I'm going to go back and talk a little bit about our new product and why. Usually my eyebrows are pretty darn dark, but if you actually look at these eyebrows, I'm going to just brush the heck out of them right now. If you look from the fronts to the tails, you're going to notice that the color is not even. And I have not had them dyed, and so they are particularly light and disappearing on me. And I am going to show you what this new product that we've been testing in the salon. If you've been in, you know what we're doing. I've been testing 13 colors, but I have finally chosen a product that is going to tint the hair. We decided that the word stain was too confusing because people think that it's going to stain the skin. This actually is going to tint the hair, which is a little different. It's a hair tint, but you wash it off at the end of the day. We don't have a name for it. We need a name for it. We're working on our packaging right now. Italy's been on vacation for the month, so I'm desperately waiting for Italy to come back online. All right, so now I'm gonna tightline. Tightline is like my little trick. This provides definition without having to add an eyeliner. You can really see the difference between my eyes. And I'm not going to wear an eyeliner on top today. I don't even think I brought the tiny liner, which is crazy for me because I don't go anywhere without it. Okay. And even when I've gotten dressed up, I haven't worn that much to go out in. I did put on like a little bit of a darker liquid eyeshadow that is experimental with us because I'm all about it making it easy. So I'm just going to jump right into some lips. And this is experimental. And it really is going to set the tone for the whole makeup. I'm going to take some pictures of this behind the scenes. I have bagfuls that I brought with me to just kind of see what was up with that. Trying it out in this light has been amazing to see how it's translating. I just have a little bit of this on now. This is really cool. So I just kind of, when I get these products from the manufacturers, from the labs to test, they don't come with instructions most of the time. So a lot of it is just like, okay, let's see what this does. So one, I used this at the wedding when I was in Italy. There's a highlighter. I think it's pretty much a serum highlighter. When you put the plunger down, most of these products have just a plunger. And this has this special spongy, so I can just kind of push all over. Originally, I was just putting it highlighter. Then I went, you know what? I want to be glowy. I'm at the beach. I want to be glowy. So I decided to use it everywhere. And I really love this. So maybe we get this in for next year. I don't know, but you can see it looks so good, right? Can you see it? Love it. You know, when I'm at the beach, I just want to look like I'm glistening. Like, I just want to glow in the sunshine. I just love it. If I feel like, you know, here, everybody's kind of fancy. They're kind of dressed up. It's not fancy, but, you know, there's some intentional things going on here. Okay, next. This is my tried and true. If you guys don't have Satin Glow, okay, you can get this. It's a baked bronzing powder that just evens out the skin. You can use it on top of foundation. You can use it without foundation. You can immediately see. I've used it just as a little bit, but this, can you see this glow? I have sunscreen on the rest of me than I am on my face. And look at how pretty that is, right? It's pretty good, right? It's so pretty. It's so pretty. So it's kind of an all over skin finisher. So can you see that glow? Like I am definitely ready to go with this glow. And it's like, I think everybody's been saying we're all about the ready to glow, ready to go, swipe and go, right? I want everything that I make Ingenuous Beauty to be easy for our routines, and that we can put it on in 5 minutes and be out the door. So this again is experimental. I am working on a double-sided stick. Here's the bronzing stick. The bronzing stick is on one side, and this texture goes on top of foundation. I use this in Italy. I really love it. Look at that. I'm gonna blend it. And a trick for those of us who are older, there's all this about putting your blush up here. I have wrinkles that are right here. And I'm going to use some smooth canvas them in a minute, but you really don't want your blush up there. It sits, I can remember being a young girl and doing makeup, and it was the late 70s, early 80s, and everybody wanted their blush like all the way up here so you could carve this in. And all these older women would go to do it, and it would be right in the line. So that's kind of like my rule. You can go high and go on and above the bone, but just stay out of this area. You don't need to put it on the apple of the cheek per se, but we do need to keep it out of the eye. Okay, so next, speaking of smooth canvas, don't go home without smooth canvas. In fact, I brought 2 of them with me because I was so nervous that I was going to leave one. I'm dehydrated. I have been drinking all day at the beach, at the pool, before dinner, during dinner. My mini bar is stocked here. It's been amazing. There is a consequence to that alcohol consumption. You can watch my eyes if you're looking. You can watch them smooth out. It's on top of my eye cream. I let my eye cream soak in and leave this for a second. I do not mind it being moist. Those of you who are younger, I'm not putting on any makeup today. That's going to require, I'm in the heat. So I'm sliding around. There's no point in trying to not slide around. Okay, so next on the eyes, I am going to use just our brow highlighter. And put a little bit too much on there because that's kind of melty. So I am going to use just a blending brush. And the purpose of this really is to just even out that skin tone, right? And I want it to be seamless. We're doing this in the light, so there's no extra studio lighting. I don't have my makeup light with me. This is real light. Do your makeup in the light in which you're going to be seen, because that's how it's going to translate. That's how people are going to see you. So one more quick everywhere. All right. So next, liquid shadow. I have been working on these liquid shadow formulas. I have bagfuls, hundreds of these. I am truly in love with this formula. So what makes me fall in love with this formula? Why have I tested hundreds? Why have I bought hundreds? Why have I been so obsessed with liquid shadow? Because those of us who are older have very thin skin, and you put any kind of shadow on top of it and it wrinkles, and it brings out the wrinkles. When I was a young kid doing makeup on women that were my age, I was like, oh my God, what do I do with this shadow? It's sitting right in a line. I can't tell her it looks good. And I didn't know what to do. And so I had all these hacks. And now this just blends in super seamless. This is one of the brushes that are experimental. It's actually a biodegradable brush, and I love it. I am not going to do the crease, even though I was going to show you the crease, but I'm really not. My mascara is going to make me look a little bit too made up. So I'm just kind of, and here's the thing, when you're not wearing a ton of makeup and you want to just give it an extra little like coverage. My nose is a little red. You can see the redness around me. This is where I'm going to use concealer. I'm not even going to pull out my stick foundation. And I am just going to use this. And this is the easiest way to get coverage in those areas. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about brow tint all day, coming up with some names. The first thing I want you to check out is this wand. The wand is this cone shaped, and it almost acts like a round brush for your brows. It's picking up every little baby hair. The intention is for it to go on the hair and not the skin. Why? Because when it goes on the hair, it looks more natural. Nobody would know that I had makeup on my brows. And this is why we tint the brows in the studio, but I did not get to tint my brows before I left. And as a result, I was fading away. And you can just see the impact that brows have. We have been testing all the colors. This is 5 for those of you who tried it. We have probably 100 to 200 people that have tried it already, which is fantastic. I'm just going to comb it through. I put the primer on first. This product plays so well with the primer. It's like they were meant for each other. When your tint fades, you know, now over 50, I seem to wake up at 57 years old last week. My brows were half gray and starting to stick out. My mother started sticking out at 60. That's why we have the conditioners. Okay, so I've decided I'm going to add a little bit more color on my lip. I'm wearing this bright yellow dress that I actually got in Nice at my favorite store, Antica Sartoria. I love this store. Anyway, and my last step for this is some mascara. Now, again, been trying bagfuls of mascara. The Allie's mascara is something that, you know, we have had. I love it. I have been attempting to make different formulas that we can get made in Italy because I want it in a glass container. And I was handed this formula. I was in the heat with it all week. It didn't smudge. It didn't smear. It did what it was supposed to. It is amazing. I barely need to touch my lashes, and I have full lashes. And I'm just going to do a little bit underneath. So now that I'm all done, I'm just going to do a little bit of blending just to make sure I got no lines of demarcation. It's very hard to do this in the phone with light behind me, but it doesn't suck doing a get ready with me with that view. I am ready for my last couple hours here. Our flight is this afternoon. I look forward to sharing with everybody about all the new products and techniques. I'll give you the full write-up of what we use in here because this is really, really easy. And yeah, we got a few experimental things, but for the most part, we can create this look with everything we have at Authentic Beauty. Thanks, everybody. Bye.